England, don't know where else, but hope you're all having a good night. And welcome back to CRL, which is the season finale. Sadly, I didn't expect to be saying that very soon, but yep, it's the last race. What a phenomenal season we've had. Plenty of ups and downs for some drivers. Many ups for Do Will, the the champion of CRL. But anyways, let's see how things pan out for the last race. And if you hear some background noise, I apologise for that. Can't help it. It's the dogs going for a walk, and they get very excited when they go for a walk, so I can't control them. Just gonna check my audio and see if everything's working, because I muted my mic in the party. I'm in a different party. Yep, it's working. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope you all well, staying safe. As we got a comment in the comment section, so let's see who is commenting. Pepine says it's working, you smooth operator. And shout out to Harvey Lees. Apologies if I said your name wrong, I know it's Dutch and I'm not really good with complicated Dutch names. Strauss, it's Strauss, yep, it's Strauss, I know who it is now. It says 1 minute past 8 and we'll be going shortly, so yeah, let's see how everything pans out in the next hour or so. Qualifying should take an hour and the other race should take another hour. Hello Koen, hoe gaat het for both of you? Hello Harvey, hello, how's it going? Hello everybody in the chat. I know other few people called Pepeye, but they didn't really tell me how to say their name. Big fan of Ferg, says Origin Gamma. Origin Gamma scored his first ever points in Singapore. I remember that because I was cheering him on. And before we go into the qualified session, let me go read you some statistics and facts. Of course, I got from the internet. So, Yas Marina has an advanced tracks design with 6 different configurations to suit different racing series, so like karting, juniors, whatever. The track has a number of unique features. A tunnel is part of the pit lane exit, and yes, the Victoria Hotel straddles the circuit between turns 18 and 19. Just after those corners you've seen on the left hand side of the screen. In fact, yeah, it is the corner, isn't it? You can see the hotel on the right. The drivers are on full power of 69% of a lap at Yas Marina, including over 40 seconds on the back straight, one of the longest straights in Formula 1, believe it or not. The driver makes an average of 68 gear changes per lap, or 3,740 gear changes of the full 55 lap race distance. Lewis Hamilton is the most successful driver at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with 5 wins. Last year was Max Verstappen. Harvey Lees would be happy with that, so would I. The most successful constructor is Mercedes with 6 wins. Rosberg had one of them in 2015. Kimi Raikkonen once said at Yas Marina, the first few turns are quite good, but the rest of it is shit. Oops, apologies for the language, it literally says the word here. Raikkonen's 2012 victory here is the only time the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix has won away from the front row of the grid. The Finn started 4th in the race, which provided some memorable radio transmissions. Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. The national airline of the United Arab Emirates is the main title sponsor of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and you can see also their planes taking off from the nearby airport at Yas Marina. Red Bull has failed to get both of their cars through the final part of qualifying on all their appearances at the Yas Marina circuit. Well, I don't think so, because Abu Dhabi, Alexander Albon and Max Verstappen managed to make it through, didn't they? That's the final part of qualifying, if you wanted to know. In 3 of the first 4 Abu Dhabi races, the pole sitter failed to finish the race in the last 6 years. The pole sitter has never failed to win. That's true, because Verstappen won the race. 2010 down to the wire, a record 4 drivers, Fernando Alonso, Mark Webber, Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, were in a contention for the Drivers' World Championship coming to the decider of Yas Marina in 2010. I remember that season. In fact, I don't. I just remember seeing it on a DVD. Despite 15 points adrift of championship leader Fernando Alonso before the race, Sebastian Vettel kept his cool to take the win and became the youngest ever F1 champion, aged 23 years, 134 days. 2014, the Desert Duel. Lewis Hamilton won his second Formula 1 World Championship at Yas Marina in 2014 from his teammate Nico Rosberg. From the one and only time double points were awarded for the seeded decider in 2014. I remember that because Williams got a load of points, because I believe both of them finished on the podium in that race. The two Mercedes teammates also settled the Drivers' Championship at Abu Dhabi 2 years later, but this time Rosberg emerged the victor and promptly announced his retirement. The track lengths 5.5 kilometers, 21 turns. Race distance 205 kilometers. That's the full race distance, 55 laps. And the lap record is a 139.2 from Lewis Hamilton 2019. 2020 result: Max Verstappen won ahead of Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. And there we go. That's all the facts there from what I can remember and what the information is telling me on the internet. Personally, I find it a little bit. I don't know about this track, because this track, yeah, I believe it can provide some good strong races, but the layout is not really good, is it, for the cars? You saw a boring race in 2019. We're expecting Verstappen, Bottas and Hamilton to fight it all out in the 20 season in the last race, but turns out to be one of the boring. In fact, I barely can remember what happened in that Abu Dhabi Grand race. It was the last race of the season. So 2014 was alright, not too bad. 2016 was alright. Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, Vettel, Max Verstappen. 2015 Rosberg won the Grand Prix ahead of Hamilton. He was on his winning streak at the end of 2015. He won the Mexican, Brazilian and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Then 2016 season won 4 in a row and won that championship in that season. On board with the McLaren, and it could be Jeroen Visser or Origi Gamma. Let's see who it is. Number 21, is that Origi Gamma? No, it's Jeroen Visser. Welcome back, Jeroen. He missed a race in the last race, I don't know why, but he's here at the moment. As I enable the full map, as he starts to warm up those soft compound tyres. Q1, not really too stressful, depending what drivers you are. If you know you struggle to get a Q1, then it's stressful for them, but people like Ferg, AJ, Louis Ladd, all of them drivers, they can easily make it into Q1 and not push too hard to spin up the car and start damaging it. Flat out through that right-hander there as we come into the end of the sector 1. 100 metre braking. He misses the curve completely and it compromises exit entry to another corner. This corner here, late apex through there, short shifted to minimise the wheel spin, use a lot of the track and more of it from Jeroen Visser. Surprised he didn't get any validation from that. That long straight, back straight, we're approaching 210 miles per hour, in fact 207 miles per hour. Almost there. Heavy braking into this one, scrub all the speed off. A slight lockup from Jeroen Visser, but that won't compromise him too much. Decent exit from him. Gets onto the second straight. DRS is enabled again. I believe in 2012 we had some good races, because I remember people from overtaking there from that corner to the other one. I need to learn the corner names because I've forgotten. This one's quite difficult, very easy to validate. Takes it nice and steady through there, especially through Q1. I believe Jeroen Visser will get quicker as he explores the track and knows the limits of it. This one here can be difficult with braking. You don't want to brake too late because you end up going wide. He locks up, takes the curve through there. Go to the right, open up the exit. Use a lot of curve on there and use a lot of track on here as well. Avoid the wall. This one, braking the 50 metre mark, use the curve on the entry. And Mr. Strauss goes quickest with a 134.5 as we approach the last corner. And it's going to be a 31.3 from the other Dutchman, and he goes into first place, and he is 2/10 quicker than his Dutch compatriot. Who else is on the lap? Ferg's on the lap. Let's see how he does in that racing point. As Krishna goes into third, KXI goes into fourth place with a 135.2. We've got Ferg entering the hotel section. Nice and neat from Ferg, not rushing to get on the throttle and spinning up this car. This track can be difficult, especially the last part of the sector where the tyres start heating up more. As Ferg then crosses the line and he's straight into the 33s then. What a good lap from him. And he is, what, 6/10 quicker than his nearest rival in second place. Who else is on a lap then? He's gone into the pits as Faxland. Harvey Lee's on a lap. Het Bompier's on the outlap. Let's go on board with AJ then. Going to the right-hander here. Open up the entry. Not really using a lot of track that I thought he would through that part of the track. Looks nice and neat at the moment from AJ. Almost could have validated it if he took a bit too much curb there. This is where Alexander Albon kept invalidating it, and he goes across the line set at 33.7, not too far away from Ferg. But obviously Ferg could be doing bankers as well, so you never know what the real pace is until Q3. But that looks nice and steady, and that put him into second place. Slotted in just behind Ferg. Nemo is on a lap, the driver that tends to get podiums, and he, I think he scored 4th place here last time. Not here, but in the last track, which is the Dutch GP. There was a battle between Harvey Lees and Nemo, I believe, if I look at the standings correctly. As Nemo then heads to the last corner. And he will set a 134.0 and he puts himself at 4th place. Steiny has gone up to 3rd place with a 33.8, 1/10 slower than AJ, but both racing points are up there at the moment, which is a good sign for them. Hope Steiny has a good weekend because he's been unlucky quite recently in the last few races, so his luck needs to change. Het Bompje, I think I was talking about earlier. There he is on the long straight. As we approach the braking zone then, heavy braking zone, it's important to scrub all of the speed off so you don't go wide on the exit, which he doesn't do. Nice short shift through there. You can see the back end just wants to step out just a tad, but looks nice and neat for what I could see from Het Bompje. This last set is going to be quite difficult, as he didn't use a lot of curb like I thought he would on the entry. It's very easy to validate through here. This one's not too difficult. Get on the curb, get on the throttle as soon as the car's rotated. Flat out through these two corners here. Somewhere along there, that's your braking point. Use a lot of curb on the entry. Bring it to the right to get a good swing in. Not too bad from Het Bompje. Looks nice and tidy from what I can see. Yep, nice and clean from him as he arrives through the last corner. More about the entry than the exit. Well, exit I should say. 33.8 and he goes up into 3rd place. Not bad from the Dutchman there. Unfortunately I don't have Yogurt with me. He's doing something else. He's doing a team event, sadly. But he wishes you all the best. He told me to say that before the race. On board with the Frenchman, the champion of CRL, as he makes his way towards the penultimate corner. Let's see what he can do. Will it be a banker? Ferg's improved with a 33.4, and he goes up into 3rd place with a 33.8, 1/10 slower than AJ. So Ferg's going quicker and quicker. There he is. He's been heading off into the pits because he's run out of fuel and he doesn't need to go out again. Indian Jesus then, his season's been quite weird. He had a win in Brazil as he makes his way to the last corner. 6th place, 34.0. .500 quicker than Nemo in 7th place. Vaxland, the other Mercedes, there he is. His teammate is in the pits. There's Dane on an outlap. Well, I think it's a flying lap, but he invalidated the other one, or made a mistake. If he invalidated it, it would have a red map on it, but he doesn't. Here is Origin Gamma then. He scored a few points this season, managed to get his first in Singapore eventually. He finished 10th that race. He had a 3-second tyre penalty, but managed to hold on very well. Let's see how he progresses through his lap then. It's clear when I go on board with people, they take different lines, some drivers are confident to take different lines and some not really confident to take the lines other drivers need to do. And it's a 34.9 and he goes up into 30th place then, so I think he's a driver that needs to go on a brand new set of tyres. Looks like he's going again, but I need to go on board with somebody else. Godly Norm, I did go. Oh, Faxland almost lost the car traction there. A bit of a wheel spin for him. And now he comes to the final corner. Let's see if the Danish driver can pop his car. Looks like the car's loose at the rear, but he goes into 12th place, and that lap might need improving. Who's in the danger zone, do you reckon? I'd say 11th onwards is at the danger zone, if not 12th onwards, as Krishna goes into 12th, replacing Faxland, or displacing. 57.2 in the middle sector. Usually Yoga's good at this because he keeps an eye on the race director, but I can't do that because I need to watch the lap, so I don't have Yoga with me to compare the sector times, and I don't know what the best sector is because I didn't see it. I wasn't on board with third when I saw the best sector. God I believe he hasn't scored any points this season. That is strange because I swear his Q3 pace is amazing, but when it comes to actual race, he just drops down. Made a mistake through the penultimate corner, got on the curb and the car was starting to go. And he goes up into 14th place, so he's the driver that needs to improve. Faxland then on the cusp of getting knocked out. Origin Gamma is down there. I think he's going to come back into the pits. How long has he been out there for? It will be his second lap if he crossed the line, so he was on his second lap. So majority of the drivers in the pits. ISRO Knight, I believe, is the new driver for Renault. I don't understand because Renault had a different lineup last week and now they've got a different lineup again. Renault are struggling to find drivers for some reason. They keep having different drivers each week, does Renault. Other teams are fine, but Renault are struggling. His first sector is going to be a 17.1. I think the best first sector is a 16 point something. It's a high 16. Decent exit from him. Coming out of turn 5, I think. Turns 5 or 6. I really need to go on the map chat because I have no idea what the turns are. Important to scrub off all the speed through here, minimum speed. Had a lock up and had a really loose exit through there. Back end was just stepping out on him all the time, so he needs to be cautious on the exit. Is he picking up too much throttle on the exit, do you wonder? A 58.4, I don't think that's sufficient enough to get inside Q2, if I believe. Could be wrong, could be looking at somebody else's middle sector. Can't really judge it until the end of the lap. All goes deep through there, and I think he has to back out because the game will tell him he's invalidated it. So that's his lap done, unless he's going to continue because he wasn't invalidated it, so he's got away with it. But he backs out of it, and what will he do when he comes to the pits? I think he will because he's got a flashing light indicating he's running out of fuel. So he's under pressure. His Knight slowest on the time with a 36.1. So Knight's under big pressure then to try and get himself into Q2. KXI down in 18th place. He's on a lap as we approach the heavy braking zone, and that is turn 8. These two slow corners is turn 9. Sliding through turn 9 is KSI. Needs to reduce the drifting because of the tyre temperatures, and that won't do any good in that last sector if he continues doing that. We'll go on board with him to see what it's like. It's going to be a 57.2. So I was right about Knight's middle sector. Lost momentum coming into, what is it, turn 13? Not really the line you want to take because it compromises entry. Too many steering adjustments through there. This one wasn't so bad at all. This was actually quite decent. Go under the hotel as we head into turn 19. It doesn't use all of the track like he's supposed to. He needs to carry a lot more speed than that. People take that through 5th gear, and this is going to be 3rd gear for him. Oh, that's the validation, is it? No? And he got up into 16th place. He needs to find a 10th if he wants to improve. But Krishna, he's done 4 laps on those tyres. He needs to put on a brand new set of tyres to ensure his safety to get into Q2. And Jeroen Visser's out there, obviously, because he needs to find a lap time that will get him safe into Q2. Who's the drivers that are under pressure then? I'd say, Harvey Lee's down in 11th place. Wasn't expecting that from him, so hopefully he can improve and find some time. Obviously he's fighting for 3rd in the championship, but he's taking it nice and steady in Q1 and doing a bit of bankers. I am good, thank you, Kuhn. Is Kuhn racing? No, he's not. His friend's racing, Jeroen Visser. Taking it nice and steady, don't want to damage the tyres, but it is Q1, I doubt he needs to use them again. Anybody on our KSR's out there should go on board with somebody else. He's invalidated the run. Vaxland's out there. We're going on board with him then. Swinging into turn 7, I believe. AJ has retired, knowing he's safe. Well, he used a lot of curb today. I don't think he's supposed to use that much, but it worked anyways for him. I don't know if he lost him any time. As he makes his way down into turn 11, it's going to be a 57.0, and that the KSI to do 57.2. Vaxland under massive pressure here. We've got a Ferrari behind him. I believe that's DC on a lap. So DC also dropped down in the knock zone. Knocked down in the drop zone. Locks up into there. Through turn 18 we go, and now to turn 19. Yet again the rear just wants to step out like his last lap. What about this one? Not too bad from him. He took it cautiously, as you can see on the throttle, not taking full throttle through the end of the corner. And it's going to be a 34.0, goes up into 10th place. Well, I think KSI is going to be knocked out because he's in the pits, and I don't think he has. Yep, so KSI's qualified is over, and he has been knocked out. On board with Origin Gamma. DC's out there. DC's about to finish the lap. We'll go on board with him. Let's see what the Scotsman can do. Makes his way across the line. Where can he put that Ferrari? And he stays in 19th place. Go on board with Knight because he's also on a lap. He's closer to the line than he is than Origin Gamma is. There's an Alfa Romeo. Don't think he'll get in his way. It sounds like he's on the out lap. But I think that's Godly Numb. Godly Numb's up into 7th place, so he's improved. A bit of squirming in the exit, I believe, I saw from Knight as he comes into turn 17. That's a bit too wide. He's lucky to get away with that one. Let's see what he can do then. Can he get himself out of Q1? No, he can't because he's validated it, but he's got enough time. No, he doesn't. He's going into the pits. And that is his qualifying over, and he will be starting in last place. Origin Gamma has got enough fuel in the tank to go for another run. He's invalidated that first run, now he's on his second run, and let's see if he can get himself out of Q1. Krishna. Where is Krishna in fact? Let's go on board with him. I think he's in the 3rd sector. Yes, he is. The start of the 3rd sector. Needs a tidy lap to get himself into Q2. Looks like massive understeer he had to do there. Car wouldn't just turn as the way he wanted it to. This one, not too bad from him. Use the curb on the exit. Avoid that curb. Obviously get on the power. Coming through the penultimate corner. Use a lot of curb for this one, but he doesn't do. As now we head through that final corner, let's see where he can go as he makes his way across the line, and he goes up into P. Oh, he's been knocked out as Krishna, and Jeroen Visser is on the cusp of getting knocked out. It all depends. No, he doesn't anymore because he's validated it. So your drivers that have been knocked out is Krishna, KXI, Origin Gamma, the real DC, and ISRL Knight. Those drivers will not be taking part in Q2. Your own visit is safe, but he needs to find more time in Q2 if he wants to see himself into Q3. That is Q1 over, folks. a 15-minute session for Q2. So you know the drill. 10 drivers will get in. The bottom 5 will get knocked out. The drivers that set the fastest lap tyres will start on those tyres. That didn't make sense, but let me go again. So the tyres they set the fastest lap on, they will start on those tyres for the race. And the guys outside the top 10 will start on brand new tyres, whatever they want. Presumably mediums. Let's see if that works for them. We've got a Mercedes coming out of the garage, and that... I think that's Nathan, isn't it? Yes, it is Nathan. I want to shout out a big... Well, yeah, that was close, Jeroen. Hopefully you'll find more pace in Q3 because you need it. I want to shout out to this man here, Nathan Booth, for bringing this lead together. He's found 20 amazing drivers that have got a close pace. He's put in a load of hard work and effort in. I want to give credit to AJ, his brother, as well, because those two has created this league, and ever since we've been in this league, it's been fantastic. Amazing drivers to talk to, fantastic racing as well, and we all respect to each other. I ain't seen much arguments happen either, so respect to all the F1 drivers. F2 drivers I don't know, but I want to just say a massive thank you for Nathan and AJ for making this league and giving me the opportunity to commentate, because it's been an absolute thrill to commentate, bringing us all close together. And I think Yogurt will say the same as well, because every week we constantly say, look how close that is, the gap between 1st to 14th is about 5/10. But yeah, say that every week. Not exactly 1st to 15th, but you know what I mean. Midfield's so tight, we've got some good racing, the drivers know how to fight, can be a bit messy at times, but oh well, it's messy in every single league. It depends what track it is, but it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate for this league, and I will commentate again for next season, along with Yogurt. Yogurt will not be commentating as much with me because he's got very important things to do, such as school, and he's in a critical stage in his life where he needs to do well in school because it's his last year. So I'm bored with Nathan then. Let's see what he can do. He needs to get his first win of his season because he's been looking for that for the past few races, but unfortunately not came his way. Majority of the time he's got second or third, but it's still good, but he needs first place. Can he, in the last race of the season, get first place? But we are in Q2, so we can't talk about the race just yet. Nice entry and exit through turn 7. Nice, we've got a nice rhythm in that Mercedes car. Not seen that. It looks like he's just pinned to the ground, basically, that Mercedes. Locks. Yes, he did tell me about no ABS, so he has locked up into that corner. Before he wasn't using no ABS, but now he's turned it off. He was using ABS, but now he's turned it off. So he said he could be a bit slower, but let's see how much he's been practicing. Yep, he's locked up again. It's quite common to lock up in those corners. Lockups won't really affect you unless... lockup like that could affect you on the exit. I think he'll lock up again into this corner. He did slightly, but that was okay. As we approach the penultimate corner. Now through this last corner, should be easy to tackle. And he replaces Mercedes, is a 33.6 for him. Turn on the telemetry and everything. So we've got a couple of drivers on the mediums, a couple on the softs. That is true. So got Denom in second place. Let's see what he can do. Who's that car ahead of him? That's Harvey Lees, and he gets out of the way for him. There could be a bit of a distraction for him. As Stroud goes in second place with a 34.8. As Num comes across the line with a 35.0. Believe he might go to the softs later because I don't think that's a good enough lap time. Oh, that's a bit wide for Jeroen. Messy exit as well through turn 17. Now through turn 19 we go. You see he's fighting the car a lot. More focused about fighting the car than the track. Second place for Jeroen's, and he's a 34.0. Oh, Yogurt survived me, I think. You're a legend.
I made it.
You're an honest legend, mate. You're a legend. So arriving shortly will be Yogurt. He had to do an event, but he will be coming. I think the event ended. Is that right, Yogurt?
Yeah, it ended. Just for yeah. It's,
Well, I wasn't interested. Oh, he's on his in lap. Never mind.
wait, where are we?
So we're in Q2 right now, and we've got a couple of drivers on the mediums, a few on the softs. And hello, Brady Pollock. Welcome again.
Wait, you were out of Q1?
Yeah, we're in Q2 now, mate.
You were out of Q1?
Who? It's a good question actually. It was KSI, Origin Gamma. Who else was there? ISO Knight, and there's another driver. Come on, think. Can't remember, mate. I can't remember.
Maybe Strauss.
Strauss not out Q1. He's in 5th place right now.
I can just name the whole list and then see. Okay, so we have Jeroen Visser. Is he out?
He's in. I know his teammate's out.
Harvey. Oh, his teammate. Okay.
Yeah, Origin Gamma.
His teammate. Okay. Godlinov, is he still in?
He's still in, yep.
Faxland still in.
Yep.
Krishna. Steiny? Maybe Steiny?
Steiny's in, but Krishna's not. Krishna's been knocked out Q1.
Yeah, okay, so it's Krishna. Okay. Just,
Krishna. Got a fax line coming to the last corner, and that's no validation. Would have been a 34.2, and that'll go into 4th place. So that's quite unlucky for Faxland, but when he changed the softs, I wonder later in this qualifying session. Here we are on board with Ferg. Looks like he's in AR mode, because that looks like to me he's in AR mode. He's not anymore. On board with AJ, then making his way around to turn 7. He's also on the medium compound tyres. We've got a mixture of mediums and soft being used. I wonder what's the best strategy. Strategy is a 2-stop strategy, isn't it, Yogurt?
No, I believe it's actually possible to go soft mediums. Because I know it's possible, but will people know that? Because some people don't know it. I know last race I helped AJ out with a strategy. Where did AJ finish at the end?
Soft, medium, Brady Pollock says. I agree with Brady because that's what I usually do. Soft, medium. Brady, how was Brady, I am Jamie Morris and VR Indigo. How was your karting, mate? I know you do karting on Instagram. How was your karting? Medium, soft. Do you mean medium, soft? Oh, you're medium, soft, medium. Medium, soft, medium. I don't know. But anyways, enough of that. AJ will come around the final corner. And he will set a 133.8. That's not a bad time on the mediums, in fact. But you never know, those two could be bankers. And Jeroen Visser says his setup doesn't feel great, unfortunately for him. It's the last race of the season, Jeroen. Just take it nice and steady, mate. Just take it nice and steady. It's okay. On board with Ferg.
I think Ferg is next. Yes, Ferg is next. But I truly believe it's soft medium. Well, soft medium is easily possible, but soft medium soft is also possible. And a few weeks ago I was engineering for someone on this track, and he did soft medium just one stop. So it's definitely possible. Definitely.
I know I can't do a one stop because I just struggle.
Yeah, the guy that I engineered was very good on tires, to be fair, but some of these guys I know use ABS and that will help on tires, so. and he didn't. So.
Ferg says a 133.2.
Nice lap from Ferg. I think Steiny is not on that one. Het Boompje in P12, where can he go? My fellow Dutchie. You know I would love to support my fellow Dutchies. He goes to P4. Nice lap. I think Dane and Inemo both invalidated.
Can I ask you a question, Yogurt?
Yeah.
Do you know if Ferg didn't have his problems in the whole of the season? Could he be in a good championship fight between him and Duval? Do you reckon? Because you know he's got the pace. Nobody could deny he's got the pace.
I think in the first 3-4 races, I thought Ferg was going to be champion by miles. By miles, actually. He was so quick in the first few races, but Duval just delivered a punch that he just couldn't. Yeah, he just couldn't hold on. Ferg was just making too many mistakes, and Duval was just capitalizing maximum. Always taking the win when Duval was Ferg was having a bad result.
Hasn't it just
Ferg as well? In Spa he had that glitch where he in the pit lane, so he has been quite unlucky this season.
Well, Nemo has only got one lap time because he's back in the pits and he's been 15th place. He's a driver that usually scores podiums when he's out there.
He's maybe after Duel the most consistent podium scorer, I don't know.
I'm on board with Dane, 16.9 in the first sector. Not too bad. Oh, he goes a bit wide through there, a bit of understeer. Yeah, it's gonna affect
that lap until now, to be honest. Louis Lad ahead of him is also on that.
Louis Lad,
I believe. Oh no, he's not actually. Sorry.
I know Louis Lad scored a podium early on in the season. I remember talking to him about it.
Oh, he is. Sorry.
Louis Lad scored a few podiums this season. I remember. He's also got decent pace, but I've seen him in quite a few incidents recently. 56.8 in that middle sector.
Improving by 3 tenths. Well, he needs to find a bit more in that last sector if he wants to get up higher in the standing.
Now we do turn 17. No, turn 19. Sorry, this is turn 19. That was 18 before. We're coming through turn 20. The 50 meters. Use a bit of curb at the entry. Important to get a good exit through here. A short run to the line. It's a 33. Goes second place.
Nice left from Louis Lad, I must say. They now through the final corner. He's about 4 times slower than Louis Lad. So, and he loses actually quite a lot of time in the final sector. So I think he's. Oh, maybe that was even more actually. So. Because he of course had that massive mistake at the middle of sector 2, or the beginning I should say. Faxnet is on the left. And I saw on Twitter the other day on Faxnet, he's actually I think the TTML F4 championship. Or I can't say the other league's names. Is that a thing?
It's okay. Godinum comes across the line and he's in 34.9, 14th place. Faxland.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say about Faxland is he is a crowned champion, so maybe he's got some extra confidence. So he goes to P3. Proves my point.
I remember that last race, him and Harvey Leeds had a bit of contact. Steiny on the lap on the soft car power tie.
He was trouwens slipstream from AJ. Look at that.
Those two are teammates, English and Dutchman, and in the comms box it said English and Dutchman.
Yes.
Yogurt's English and I'm Dutch.
No. Go away. So maybe with that slipstream, Strauss can sneak into the top 10. He only needs to find about 2 times, so it's quite close actually. So hope he can do it. Come on, Strauss.
What can Papine do?
Strauss is the one I mainly support, so hope he can do well.
I think Pepine was in the Q1 top 10, but he goes a bit deep into there.
A bit deep, but he still recovers quite nicely. Let's see. Doesn't really take the maximum speed through these corners, but it's still okay.
I'm sure his students will be proud of him this season. As Pepine through the final corner he goes, and this lap time will be a 10th place.
And he goes straight down to P11 as Indian Jesus. There's a quicker one. The Golding Knob goes to P12 just behind Strauss. There's a Williams of Harvey, I think. Oh no, Harvey's not there actually.
Nemo's his last chance to get himself into Q3. If he messes up this lap.
So I was gonna have to count. Steiny is not gonna make it. Yep, he's done.
Is that a car who's crashed, I wonder? Who's that? That's Indian Jesus.
No, just getting out of the way for some people, Indian Jesus.
When is the start of season 3? I don't know, mate, I don't know. I wish
these.
these.
Join the Discord.
I wish
Maybe
season.
there's a link below. But,
I wish season 4 was out. If you know what I'm talking about.
no. I don't know.
As we come into the heavy braking zone at turn 9, a heavy 100-meter board, scrub off all the speed into this corner. Careful on the exit because it's very easy to lose the car on traction. With DRS wide open for this second straight with DRS.
Our views, by the way, on a lap. He's now coming through the final few corners in the Williams. Of course, the winner in the first race of the season, but after that, it's only gone downhill for him, it seems. Hopefully next season he can
Second place
again. There he goes. P2 just behind Lou there, so...
Come on,
nice.
Harvey Lees.
As Boompje as Jeroen
Jeroen!
goes into P1. We saw some good pace from Jeroen in, I think it was Russia.
Yes.
Then he got crashed out. But now we see it again here, with Jeroen in P1. Very nice lap.
I know Jeroen has good pace. We've seen it before, but sometimes
And Boompje
bad
into
luck is
P7. Look how close it is. Here goes iNemo on his one and only one. He goes into P9 only. Who's next? I think AJ. Oh, AJ's not gonna make it, or he's gonna come in. He's gonna come in. I think he's made it on mediums actually.
Oh dear, but what about who's out there? Godly Noms invalidated it.
Everyone is done. So AJ is the only one on the mediums. That's gonna give him a massive advantage.
So the drivers have been knocked out is Indian Jesus, Pepijn Strauss, Godly Nub, and Dane Steiny. Steiny we didn't really see much of, but he did get himself into the top 10 in Q1, sorry. But I don't know what happened to him in Q2. So Jeroen Visser quickest with a 33.1. Let's see what he can do in Q3. This guy, I know he's got pace. I've seen it before in other leagues as well, which I can't mention, but he's got good pace. Don't underestimate him. On his good day, he will perform, but he just needs to find his mojo. Needs to find something in him that could bring him to the top. I know he can do it. Hopefully next season when I give him some advice, not to spin, is one of them, because I tend to do that quite a lot, but hopefully he'll get himself back up there. If you just saw that, that's the AI doing that. That's not him driving into the back of Harvey Lees. That was the AI. So the driver's been knocked out, and as Yogurt said, the only driver on the mediums is AJ. Indian Jesus, Pepijn Strauss, Godly Nub, Dane, and Steiny. Steiny did his best time on the medium, so I wonder what happened to him on the softs, because when he was part of the road, I did see him on softs. So I wonder if he just messed that up. Yeah, Jeroen, keep going, mate, keep going. Believe in yourself, Jeroen. Never give up, mate. Yoga, where did you go, mate? I don't know if your mic's on mute or not. If you can hear me. Moving on to the last stage of qualifying, then as you can see, it's getting a bit dark there. Poll predictions. I'd say, Ferg, Harvey Lees. If Jeroen does good, like if Jeroen can do it, third place, and it'll be Duwal. Duwal, I say fourth place because he's usually got the race pace. As Koen says, he supports his fellow Dutchman, Jeroen. Koen, do you know tomorrow, Koen? FRL's on. I know I shouldn't say this. A league's on tomorrow, and do you want to commentate with me tomorrow? Because your boy Jeroen will be racing, and I've got nobody in the comms box with me. So the offer's there, Koen, if you want it. Oh, sugar. Apologies, Koen. I didn't know that, mate. Yeah, apologies, Koen. FRL Tier 2. I raced in there before. Then I got promoted to Tier 1. Then I got promoted to comms. Or demoted to comms, whatever you want to call it. So, this could be interesting there. Q1. I don't know where Yoka is. I don't know if you want to speak to somebody. Brady, if you DM me on Instagram, I can't talk about it on here, mate. If you DM me on Instagram or Twitter or wherever you can DM me, then you tell me. I mean, I'll tell you. I can't tell you what league it is.
I'm back.
Hello, back. How are you?
Come on.
So 10 minutes left then. Drivers in the pits are Duwell and Jeroen Visser. Jeroen Visser said he's got one set of tyres left, so that's why he's staying in there. He's waited till the later parts of qualifying where the track's fully gripped and evolved, and he'll go out there and set his best time.
Het boompje is out first.
Yeah, Bompier. What a name, Het Bompier. What a strong lineup. We've got Het Bompier and Harvey Lees and the Williams.
You wanna know what het boompje means in English?
Go on then.
The tree.
A tree.
Yeah.
The tree's on a lap, 16.8 in the first sector. So why did he call himself the tree, Yogurt? Or why did you call yourself Yogurt?
Because I'm eating one right now.
Head to Bompier then on that main straight, taking an interesting line through that straight. They miss a lane as we come down to the corner. 100 metre braking, scrub off all the speed you carried through that long straight. Careful of the exit, hard throttle. Decent exit from Head Bompier as he's got his DRS open. It's going to be a 57.0 in that middle sector. That's not too bad from what I've seen from other people. You can see the car start to slide a bit on the first part of that zigzag. Come through turn 15, now turn 16. Flat out corners, those two. Then turn 17, instantly slow down, take a lot of curb with the entry. The car slided a bit as we do turn 18, use a bit of curb with the exit. Turn 19, and he's invalidated it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And he'll go off into the pits, I think, or goes for another lap.
Is up next. Vexland is up next. Vexland is a very exciting driver for next season, maybe when he's gonna do a full season.
He crossed the line with a 33.7.
Berg next. Oh, 33.1. Nice lap. AJ up next. Let's see where he can go. He goes to a P3. He's had a quicker time on mediums last session, I think. As now Duel's gonna start the lap. Nemo and one before. So the only one really having a fast time at the moment is Ferg. So hopefully someone else can get a bit close to him.
On board with Nathan as he makes his way through turn 15. Flat out these two right-handers, now turn 17. Very easy to get the braking wrong. He locks up through there, but doesn't go too deep. Turn 18, use the curb on the outsides for the better entry. But he doesn't do that, and he almost spins the car up. So he lost a bit of time.
So we let P2, Nathan up next.
A bit messy lap from Nathan, especially in the... It was a messy lap in that last sector from Nathan as Harvey Lees.
See where he can go. P3 for Harvey. Next up is het boompje.
On his second run on the same set of softs, so I don't expect this lap to be better because it's only used for one lap, those soft tyres. But he's invalidated it again.
So he's gonna have to go out again.
Hope the Dutchman can keep his cool.
Yeah. So gonna have to need to keep his cool. Duel up next. The championship winner of season 3 is in CRL?
Season 2 I think. Oh!
Duel. Bit of a moment, but he has another one after this, so no stress, no stress. Duel's gonna come across the line, it won't be P1, it will be P4, 5 times off. So he won't be satisfied with that, I believe.
Right, so that's the first part of qualifying over then. We're waiting for you, Jeroen Visser, to set a lap time along with Het Bompier.
Yep. Well, we knew Jeroen Visser would only go for one run, but Het Boompje just invalidated.
So, the order is Ferg, Louis Ladd, Harvey Lees, separated by 7 thousandths. Duwell in 4th place, Faxland in 5th place. AJ is in 6th ahead of Nathan, the two brothers in 6th and 7th, Nemo, Jeroen Visser and Het Bompier. Alright then, so everybody's in the pits and we'll wait for the next ones to come out to start their last flying laps. I think drivers will only have 2 sets of tyres unless they have 1 set of tyres in Q1 they saved. Maybe they used them in Q2, but I think they should have 2 sets of tyres in Q3. Right then, we've got a Mercedes coming out of the pits, and that is Faxland, so...
You look at the Danish, man.
Yeah, that one podium in Singapore, but we didn't get to speak to him because I didn't have the him as a friend.
That Boompje out as well. He's actually further on track than Faxland, but Boompje. So you might want to look at the Williams driver. His teammate now in P3. But that can all change, and we know in this league as it is so close.
2 invalidations on that first run for Het Boompje. This last run, hopefully we'll get into a good lap, let's just say. Jokke, what is your pole predictions, mate?
A 32.8. Confirmed.
Alright then, so Het Boompje makes his way to the final corner. This is his last flying lap unless he invalidates it again, and he can go for a second run depending on how much fuel he's got. Headed to the first corner, let's see how he takes it. Not too bad for him, takes it to 5th gear through there. Second corner's flat out along with the third one. And that is basically set to 1. Only about 3 corners. 16.7 in the first sector, that's not bad.
Good one. It's a good one.
Now through turn 8 we go. Late apex through there. Carry the rhythm. On the throttle we go.
Seems like a very nice lap till now.
DRS wide open.
Oh, Faxland! Oh, that's a spin. Maybe Faxland can save a bit of fuel, save a bit of ERS, and he can go again, but he's gonna have to cool down those tires.
Did he hit the wall, didn't he? Did he take off his front wing?
No, just a bit of scratching.
So that's the first mistake I've seen through so far in qualifying.
It's the first mistake I've ever seen from Faxland, I believe. I've never seen him make mistakes.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. As a Boompje now going through the final sector. Bit scruffy, but he's still carrying the speed, which is most important.
To turn 17 we go. Turn 18 and turn 19. 21 corners around this Yasmin Arena circuit.
Almost an invalidation, but just about. Very nice. Can get this final corner hooked up. He can, taking nice bit of curb. Nice exit. It will be a 33.5 P4. So Williams in the second row at the moment. Nice lap from those two. Nevin is, I believe, next. Faxland obviously spun. So Nevin is up next. He's a second of Ferg's time, so he's gonna have to improve a lot. We know what Nevin's pace can be. I think he finished. Well, he DNF'd last time, didn't he? In Zandvoort.
Who did?
He DNF'd. Yeah, Nevin.
No. He had a drive-through penalty, didn't he? He still finished the podium.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done from him. He's improving by 6 times though, Nevin, so definitely made a mistake somewhere in that sector 2 last lap. And he's waking it up now. So let's see where he can finish. Oh, if he can finish like he was doing last lap, he will be in P2, but he wants to go obviously for that P1. He's never actually finished P1 in CRL ever, he told me. So we'll see if he can change that in the final race of the season.
Not really good last corner. Second place.
P2.
It's not bad from Nathan.
Won't be Paul, but P2, I reckon he'll be satisfied with that. I think AJ's next. Yes, AJ's next. Purple, it says, going to the final sector. but he's only a few hundreds up. So I hope he made a mistake somewhere in his final sector. Otherwise, won't be great qualifying for AJ.
Turn 18. Now through turn 19 he goes under the hotel. Now turn 19. I said it twice. I meant yeah. Turn 18, turn 19. Coming through turn 20. Somebody took out the 50 meter board. Wonder who that was. Now we're coming through the final corner.
Ooh, will it be Paul? No, it won't. Will be P3 just ahead of Louis. Next one is Ferg.
Harvey Lees. Harvey Lees has got purple middle sensor, but I'm on board with Louis Lad because he's close to the line.
Louis. Oh.
Oh.
Where can Louis finish? A bit of shaky on the exit. Goes a bit deep into here. What will it be? Louis
P3.
Oh, just improved.
No! No!
Oh,
no! He's crashed. Harvey Lees has crashed at turn 19. Possibly lost traction. Oh dear from him. He said he would give it his all, but he gave it too much.
Duo up next. Where can he finish? He's on a good one. I think Nemo is on a good one as well. Yes, he is. He's on the same lap as Duo. Going into the final sector. Duo, where are you finished?
Second
P2,
place!
Nemo! P8, oh, he missed out! Where will Jeroen Visser finish? On his one and only run this session.
No,
Gonna
Jeroen.
make it count. Oh, bit slidey on exit. Where can he finish?
He set 33.1 in Q2. Can he repeat that in Q3? No, he can't,
No.
but it's P7.
P7, top 10 within 6 tenths. Oh, how unfortunate for Harvey Lees.
So your pole sitter is... I don't know, mate, but I did see his middle...
He was improving by around 3 tenths.
Harvey!
No, 2.5 tenths, 2.5 tenths.
Could have found more time in that last sector too. Harvey, man!
Yeah. Possibly Paul. Possibly Paul. Very unfortunate, but...
Well, we've got the race ahead of us, and AJ, the only driver in the mediums in the top 10, will start in 5th place. Let's see how his start goes, surrounded by the soft tyres. Needs to do well on that formation lap to heat those tyres up as much as he can and get a good start, because if he doesn't, he'll be sat behind the medium, the soft runners. Will get swallowed up by the soft runners. But Harvey Lees could have taken pole, but he blew it in turn 19. I wonder what his reaction was like. Anyways, Ferg in 1st place, almost a 10th quicker than Dual. Nathan, Louis Ladd, AJ, Harvey Lees, the 2 Dutchmans and the 2 Danishmans.
Looks kind of satisfying.
Too much errors this lap, Jeroen Visser says. Oh well, mate, you've got the race ahead of you.
It is what it is.
How did your race go, Joachim?
I didn't race, but I engineered.
Oh.
Pretty good. Engineering is more important than you. It's very important. If you want to get a good result, at least. So I think we'll see a good variety of strategies today, which will be quite exciting.
Think we will do. Was it snowing in the Netherlands today, Yogurt?
No, it wasn't. At least it wasn't where I live.
It was snowing here in England today.
It was cold AF though. It was unbelievably cold.
I went out for a cold. You should have saw my hands. I was absolutely freezing.
Yeah, that's right.
How was your day then? Your day was alright?
My day was good.
What did you do today?
Yeah, as always, school. PlayStation.
Are you at school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do you do online school or is it just normal school?
Both.
Yeah, but I do both as well. I did do like one online and one in the actual thing because we were separated into groups. Oh dear, looks like 3 drivers has got disqualified from the formation lap, Yogurt.
Oh, that's not the smartest thing to do, but...
How do you find online learning, by the way? Find it difficult or alright?
It's alright.
What would you rather do, be in school or do online?
Be in school.
Yeah,
like
same.
being with my friends and stuff.
Yeah, same here. I'd rather be in school. Interestingly, Krishna and Godly Nub outside the top 10 have gone on the soft compound tyres. Usually expect those drivers gone to mediums like everybody else has outside the top 10, but those two have gone for something different. So their objective then is try and get a good start. Oh dear.
Sorry.
It's okay. Their objective is try and get a good start, get ahead of those medium runners. They can't afford to be stuck behind the medium runners, otherwise their strategy will just go down the drain. Who knows what Fer could do next season, knowing what he did this season. I'm talking about pace-wise, not his mistakes. If he can sort out the mistakes, means he can try and go for a championship, because we know that man's got the pace.
Who you were talking about?
Ferg.
Yeah. Next season will be exciting, with Nathan back at the front again. Maybe Louis let AJ Harvey as well. Vaxlet also exciting prospect. Some very exciting drivers. Let's go.
Duel has the inside line. Can he? I know Ferg doesn't get the best start, so what would happen down to turn 1 if Duel gets a good start? Will he go down the inside? Ferg drop back because I know his starts weren't particularly good in the last race season.
Normally it's the other way around. Normally Duel's the one. Takes a bit more course.
Then not really good camera angle, but there we go. And we are underway for the season finale of the Abu Dhabi Yas Marina circuit, and looks like Nathan.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't think
an amazing start.
3 wide into turn 1, that's an Alfa Romeo. Williams and Red Bull. Williams and Red Bull go side by side, but Nathan and Duel go side by side through turn 2. Turn 3 we go, and looks like Duel's got the outside line. Here comes the Alfa Romeo of the real DC trying to go down the inside. And no, he doesn't. He goes down the inside, but contacts the midfield. That's a racing point. Who almost went off the track there, but he managed to stay on in the end. And it looks like Nathan was about to overtake Dubel, but Dubel got it back around the outside. And the Alfa Romeo also demoted Nathan down into 4th place. Hence, there's a McLaren and Mercedes going side by side on the straight, but Faxland's got ahead, slightly ahead. And there is Nemo on the back of AJ. And make our way down into this heavy braking zone. Will we see any overtakes down here? Look at that in the midfield.
AJ! Oh my god, he went off track. How did? By the way, Faxlet, amazing stuff. I don't know how he still has a front wing Faxlet. He went in the middle of 2 cars on the braking and going into turn 4. Amazing move, but I don't know how he pulled that one off. He's now side by side with, oh that's Nathan actually, side by side with Louis left for here. That's normally not a good idea.
Harvey Lee's taking advantage of one of them. Can he take advantage of both? No, he can't, but Nathan's trying to stick around the outside. And there's Faxland, his teammate. Nathan's dropping down.
Oh, Nathan. Very bad start for Nathan and Faxland from P10 to P5 in just 1 lap. Look at Jerome also on the inside of Nathan. Now Animo taking advantage of that one. Yes,
Animo's got ahead. AJ's get ahead. No, he's almost spun.
Oh my god, AJ, you don't want to spin it. AJ, of course, on this mediums wants to go longer into the race.
AJ fell down to 9th place, as you would expect on the medium compound tyres.
Didn't expect it to be that badly though. Because it says DRS enabled on my screen.
Heading on to lap 2 then. I mean, yeah, lap 2, not lap 3 because the graphics are wrong. Harvey Lee's in 4th place. Louis Ladd's ahead of him. Nathan, not really happy. He's behind his teammate and down in 6th place. What could he have done to avoid that? Would he have just backed out instead of fighting the Alfa Romeo all the way through there? I think that's the reason why he dropped out, because he was fighting the Alfa Romeo too hard. And look at Harvey Lees then. Will he try and make an overtake? We can see Louis Ladd using overtake, and I don't think he'll do it.
It's close. Het boompje is maybe gonna go past Dane here for P10. He's gonna get pushed off the track. Gives him a penalty. Come on, Dane. Well, you have to leave him some sort of space.
I know the Renault drivers weren't really that good this season because they made a few mistakes, but it is Indy and Jesus on the back of Dane as we make our way. Oh, come on, give him space, man. Give him space. And Indy and Jesus muscles his way round ahead of Dane. Dane's got Steiny and Godley behind him. Christian's down in last place. He pitted on the first lap and he's on the medium compound tyres. He did start to the softs as Indy and Jesus gets a 5-second tyre penalty for gaining 1 place.
Yep, there will be... So he's gonna have to take this one on his pit stop. 5 seconds waiting time in his pit box. So
we've got 3 drivers on lap 3 already getting a penalty. That's Jerome Vizzer, Het Bompier and Indy and Jesus. Those drivers already having a penalty on lap 3. As Harvey Lee sets the fastest lap of the race. Harvey Lee's told me before the race he's going to go give it 100%. A full send in this last race, and I hope he doesn't make the same mistake he did in qualified, otherwise it'll be all ruined. As Godley Numbers in the pits for a front wing change, and he'll be dropping down into 19th place. So those two, Duwell and Fer again, just getting ahead. Harvey Lee's got a battle for 3rd place. He's got DRS now, and Louis Ladd will try and break the slipstream of Harvey Lee's. Will Harvey Lees go for it in this corner, or will he wait for the next one? Luckily, Louis Ladd's not a DRS trade ahead of Duwell. Nope, Harvey doesn't go for it. He's trying to bide his time. He doesn't want to go for it too early and make mistakes in this early part of the race. Looks like he's got a much better exit than Louis Ladd. Will he try and go for it around the outside? Usually the inside line's better to take, but depends if he has more overspeed, which he does, and he's taking 3rd place.
Easy move for Harvey.
Good job, Harvey Lees.
He's on the pace, Harvey, so maybe... Go for a bit of an undercut or overcut, make a different strategy call, maybe win, you never know.
Well done from Harvey Lees. Nathan then down in 6th place. What can this guy do? Can he get back on the podium? He's got his teammate ahead of him and he's got Louis Ladd and Harvey Lees, so 3 guys ahead of him. He made a good start, but unfortunately was a bit optimistic as Dane versus Steiny.
Dane has his front wing, he lost a bit of his front wing.
Was he being aggressive again?
No, I don't know what happened. I just
Steiny!
Oh my god. And I reckon Dane is gonna have to pit. I reckon. Yeah, she's gonna have to pit.
Harvey Lees took 4 tenths out of that, in that last sector. So Harvey Lees looks like he's on the pace. Let's see what he can do. Has he used a bit more ERS than he should have? I think he's got time to save it now.
He has the least amount of the top 3, but still not too bad. Only about 40%. It's not bad.
He needs to break out the DRS range of Louis Ladd though, because Louis Ladd's still in that DRS range, and he's dragging along a few cars with him, which is Faxland and Nathan.
Is out of the DRS. Faxland is out of the DRS of Louis Ladd. So.
He's also running out of ERS of. He's got Nathan behind him. Will those two work together, or will they just go fighting for that the whole afternoon, whole evening? So Louis Ladd doesn't do it into this corner. Will he wait for the next one? Looks like Harvey got a better exit compared to him. Harvey's strength is out of that corner, so he's using it against him, and he's not close enough to make an overtake. It looks like Faxland's drained a bit of ERS. He is in the DRS range of Louis Ladd, but he can barely do anything because of the lack of power he has down the straight. Could be a warning for cutting that corner though.
Do you mean Faxland?
Yeah.
It is a warning. Just looking at him as well. It's only his first one though, so not too bad.
Harvey Lee's 2.2 seconds down, so he lost a bit of time. Yeah, well, Harvey needs to focus, man. Come on. Just pretend he's not there and just get back on the pace.
Yeah. It's harder. It's easier to say than to do. Jesus, is that his 2nd penalty already? Oh, that's it. In your Jesus, of course, is 5 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers in the DRS range. You've got AJ down there in 9th place.
There's a little better for P17 as well from the guys that pitted. Unbelievable.
But those guys are frustrated in the midfield, but looking for AJ, he's going much longer compared to those soft runners.
Where's AJ? He's the highest medium runner. No penalties yet. It's not looking too bad for him, you know. Not looking too bad. You're gonna have to watch out for AJ at the end of the race. Where did AJ finish last race?
I can't remember, mate. It was 5th. He had 2 soft runners, 2 hard runners ahead of him, and he didn't overtake them. So I think it was 5th because he was fighting for the podium.
He's gonna go past Jeroen here on a harder tire. That will be a great move to pull off. And he makes it stick. It seems. Yes, he does. Nice move from AJ.
Faxland closing on Louis Lad. They're all closing on Harvey Lees, who's the DRS train. I was expecting this in this last race. We saw it in the other race as well, just a DRS train. Do you think it will make a difference if we change the layout of the circuit or nah, Yogurt?
Sorry, wasn't listening.
Oh, Faxland goes wide there. I think he just picked up a bit of understeer, just slid off the track. I was saying, if you change the layout of this track, would it make it even a little bit better, or just would it make it the same?
Nah, I don't think you can make this track any better than it is. It's so pretty bad. Maybe, I know it's not gonna happen, but maybe the corner where they're going into now, where Harvey's going into now, goes straight on here. So it makes a better overtaking opportunity, but I know that would be not possible because of the grandstand here in the background. Go into the corner with too much speed.
True. Yeah, that's actually true.
But yeah. And they can't just move the grandstand because the whole Ferrari world thing is behind there.
It costs billions and billions of dollars to do that.
Yeah, so they can't change that, but I think that will be an improvement. Well, it can't be done.
Looks like Nathan's in a position to fight his teammate because his teammate's running out of ERS. And here comes Nathan on his teammate. How hard will they fight it out? Oh!
Amazing helicopter shot view if you look at Nathan. Oh my god, side by side, and he doesn't make it stick.
And Nathan then will be frustrated even more.
AJ though, he's doing very well on those mediums.
He's holding in. Yep. He's like sticking along with his soft train.
Yeah. Thing though, he's in too much traffic. I reckon he can. He's one of the fastest on the track, but he just can't go faster. We need some guys ahead of him to pit, and there's the first one. Louis Lad goes for the undercut.
Interesting then. I wonder if he rejoin in the midfield behind some of the medium runners. That'd be interesting.
I reckon he'll drop behind everyone apart from those who already pitted.
Or go into P16, I reckon, Louis Lad.
Yeah.
Het Bompier also pitted. So I wonder if Harvey Lees will react. Well, let's go on board with Louis Lad. He's coming out of the pits right now in 15th place, and the gap 2.6 seconds is the gap between Louis Lad and KSI. So he's got some clear air ahead of him, and he can make some gains back to try and fight Harvey Lees. So Harvey Lees needs a good in lap now to push out lap, shall I say? And yeah, look at all that.
Big train of cars.
Indian Jesus under pressure from Steiny in the racing point. Pepine is also down there in 11th place, sorry. Oh, look at that! Oh, both Mercedes made contact!
Oh my god! Faxland off, Nathan with damage.
Safety car, he's out! And that's going to ruin Louis Lad's chances. Nathan drops further behind.
Nathan with damage.
Illegal overtake from the McLaren driver.
This is also bad news for AJ, who's on those mediums.
It's bad, very bad news for Louis Lad seeing that.
Yeah. Unbelievable. How did that happen? Come on guys, teammates, come on.
Never see that in real life from a Mercedes except Rosberg versus Hamilton times.
I don't even see this in league racing too often that two teammates collide.
Oh dear. And AJ stays out as you expect on those mediums.
He's gonna take track position in the lead.
I think it's most crucial to. I think this could spice up the race, you know.
Yeah, it does, but
It's a Red Bull 1-2, Yogurt.
oh my god, no, no way.
Pepine is in second place with his teammate ahead of him.
Where's Lulet gonna come out? Oh, he's still gonna come out in P6 though, so he didn't lose anything at least. That's
Yeah, that's actually true. Not all. He could have got a P5, but well, he's not too far behind. However, he won't be too far behind because of the safety car.
What it is.
Nathan rejoins the 11th place.
Steiny on the hards in P10 right now, and just like in Jesus. But if I don't know if Ferg is gonna come in again, I reckon he can go to the end.
Yeah, but
if so, it is an actual because I think AJ can go onto another set of hards or softs.
But Brady, you could do a one-stop AJ, mediums to hards. You reckon, Brady? Because if you pit for a brand new set of mediums, look at both Red Bulls. They would have a double stat, wouldn't they? And if they pitted, means they drop behind, and you need track position around this track. And AJ can hold his teammate in the DRS train to keep Ferg and all that away. Could work out for AJ in the end. You never know. I don't think it's enough to go for the soft tyres because that'll be too much for an ask. But he could do a one-stop, but Brady.
This is definitely gonna make this race interesting.
It will be slower, but not by much. We'll find out. We'll find out, mate. Don't worry. We'll find out. It spice things up. Though we've got a Red Bull 1-2. But AJ was happy to start on those mediums because now he's in the lead and got track position. I wonder how hard Ferg will fight. Dougal wasn't really making amends to Ferg's league. Wasn't really threatening him, but with Ferg fighting, with Ferg striking Pepine and AJ, then looks like Dougal could take advantage of him. Would you do a two-stop now, Yogurt? Well, I mean, I'm talking about those two in front.
No, one stop. Well, I know it's possible for medium sauce. I know it's possible.
Yogurt knows it. Dane's in the pits for some reason. Let's go on board with him. Has he got full wind damage? He said Pepine needs to hold up Ferg and do well. That's true. No, he doesn't. He goes on to a brand new set of hards. Is he going for a one stop, I reckon?
Yes, if you go to hards now, you're going for a one stop.
Is it possible to set Het Bompier an invite? Where is Het Bompier? He's down in 9th place. Brady, for a fan's perspective, who do you think is going to win this race, mate? If he's still there. Oh dear, Het Bompier has joined back, but hopefully those guys don't get penalties. They shouldn't overtake Het Bompier, because if they do, they've got no chance taking it back because the AI will slow down.
No one has overtaken me yet.
How many laps can mediums do, Yogurt?
Well, pretty far, I think. I think they can go about 16, 17 laps.
Yogurt says 16, 17 laps, Brady. So that'll be hard.
Maybe more if you stretch them. Maybe more. I know they can do more, but you have to be very good on your tires.
Safety car in this lap, and AJ will control the field. Because if AJ can manage his tyres, he could maybe do a one stop on softs. It would be close. Could do. Depends how long he can take those mediums. You don't want to stay out too long in the mediums because you'll waste too much time, and eventually, don't forget, 3rd place and 4th place have to pit. Like 3rd downwards have to pit again. So either AJ or Ferg will win. We'll find out. It's gonna be an interesting race. It'll spice things up.
I reckon RV. RV will win.
You reckon?
Yep. RV.
Look at, I love that helmet. Indigo helmet.
Alright, AJ can control the tempo.
Tempo.
Yeah. Where is AJ gonna put the
Change the tempo.
foot down the floor? And he's gonna do it now. Already quite a big gap to Strauss. I reckon Ferg wants to go past Strauss as quick as possible.
Oh no,
Strauss is
Strauss.
gonna defend this. He's gonna defend this and Ferg thinks better of it. He's just gonna wait a bit as Strauss leaves on his ERS and Ferg is gonna go for it over here and he's gonna make it stick. Fergus pass. Can Duo go past him as well? Yes, he does.
Oh, what's happening to Pepine? He's just dropping. Harvey Lee's. Be careful, Harvey. Oh my god, man.
That was
Oh,
close.
Harvey.
Costed him a penalty.
Oh my god, mate. Come on. Stop making these little mistakes.
Oh, no. He's breaking a bit too late. Oh, Krishna in the back. Yes.
Here comes Pepine on. Oh, there's 3 wide as Harvey Lee's Louis Lag goes down the inside. Yoga, you left apparently, or I left.
Error.
Everybody's leaving. Wait, am I left? Something's happened to me.
No, I think it's just a glitch in the lobby.
Strauss left.
So I'll get them back in.
Heads Bumpy is left. People are leaving, Yogurt. Could there be a restart? Backslide's going. Is it? I'm still here, aren't I? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
People have gone left, right, centre. People are leaving. Look at that. That's a mess down there. Shh. That was just a bit of a mess, really.
What happened?
Well, Pepine's dropping. So is Jeroen Visser. Guess what? The drivers that left are all Dutch. Wonder what happened there. Even you, Yogurt. Did you have a bit of a connection failure? Because the drivers that left are all Dutch.
Must be something in. So I guess it's. Can't be a coincidence.
Right, let me sort myself out before I know what's.
Ferg's already passed AJ.
I didn't see it. I don't know. AJ looks like he's dropped back, but I didn't see it.
Great.
And Harvey Lees goes down the inside of Nemo. Fax is Danish, so I don't know. But what about here comes Duel on AJ. Easy move from him. Don't think AJ will fight too hard. No, he's on a slower tyre. And down the inside goes Harvey Lees.
I think he hit Louis left.
A bit messy from Louis Lag coming out of there. I think you said he hit him.
Yeah.
And here comes Harvey Lees on the Alfa Romeo. Harvey Lees has drained his ERS. He will not be happy with his 5-second time penalty. He will make another pit stop. He'll serve it through there. Now he needs to get his head down and forget about the 5-second penalty. Harvey has damage, Brady thinks. Let's see if Brady is right. I don't think he has damage, judging. I think he's alright. I don't think he has damage. I think he's good. Oh, what's happened to the gaps? It's just gone. What's happening further down? KSI on a brand new set of soft, so he's doing medium soft, I reckon, from him. Jeroen Visser trying to make his way back after leaving the session. Here is Hetz Bumpy at the back of Christianer. Not wise to go down the inside of there. It's okay, Brady, don't worry, mate. So here's Harvey Lees on AJ then. It should be an easy overtake considering he's on all the tyres. Oh!
It's so late.
Maybe thingy broke so early. Oh, what's happened to Christian? He's just... Oh, what an absolute mess. Krishna just slowed down and just made 3 people collide with him. What are you doing, Chris? What was that, mate? He's lost all of his front wing. Was he trying to brake test somebody? What was that? Well, this last race is not going well, is it, Yogurt?
Nah. It's breakfast.
I bet there'll be a bit of a heated words from those guys there. When I went on board with Krishna, he just slowed down in the middle of the track and just... people collided into him. It looked like he just stopped in the middle of the track. Right, we are underway racing again. The invisible safety car has disappeared. As Pepine has retired from the session. Yeah, Pepine's last race has not gone well whatsoever. Was his second a few laps ago. Oh! And that's another spinner. That's Origin Gamma who spun round. And there is Harvey Lees on the back of AJ. Jeroen Visser has retired in the pits. Come on Harvey, take it nice and easy mate. No need for that. Virtual GPs. What do you mean, Brady? And here comes Harvey Lees then. It should be easy for him. And he is overtaking AJ. Now it's Louis Ladd's turn. Louis Ladd just needs to take it nice and steady. But the thing is that he has Nemo on the back of him. Heads Bompier has got past Dane. Oh, Nemo, be careful, he's got a 3-second time penalty. And Louis Ladd takes back the place. Who's that around the outside? That is KSI trying to get past Isaro Knight. And I Knight has got back past him as Head Bompier got back past him. Harvey Lee is carrying some weight on his shoulders. During lockdown with George Russell, Alex Albon, during racing during COVID, remember they are coming back next month in March. Personally mate, I don't mean this in any rude way, I don't care about the virtual GPs. I don't watch them, I never watch them. Do you think Steiny is in a good place first driver on a one-stop? Where is Steiny? Where is he? Down in 8th. Yeah, he's on a one-stop possibly because he can take those hards as long as he can. Those hards will go quite far actually, so I think he is on a one-stop. And saying that, do you know what? Well done McConey for pointing this out because I wouldn't have noticed. Here comes Louis Ladd on AJ. He goes down the inside. Yoga, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I need to finish that.
Nemo trying to do a split. Is that Nemo? That's Godly Numb, sorry. No, it is Nemo. Nemo has got past AJ. But it looks like AJ will get it back because of the lack of ERS he has. Here comes AJ on the back of Nemo. We'll go around the outside. And Nemo. Oh, he almost spins the car. So people talk about Stein's lag, Yogurt. He could he could win this race. No, he could be in 3rd place because he's on the 1-stop, whereas other people on the 2-stop. If Steiny's got some good pace on his hands, he could possibly win this race. There he is. That maybe.
Yeah, Steiny can still win, but Ferg, it's. I'm gonna look at the leader. It's 12 seconds. It's gonna be tough.
I would say win the race, but he'll be there because on the hard compound.
He'll definitely be out there.
He just needs to find some more pace, Stein's lag. And not bottle because that's what he tends to do. Nemo trying to fight Louis Ladd. And Harvey Lees has pulled away from Louis Ladd too. But on his next pit stop he will serve a 5-second time penalty, so he needs to get that gap as quick as up as he possibly quickly can. Nathan on the back of his brother, so the two brothers are fighting for 6th place. Easy move on his brother. There comes ISO 09 on the VLDC. DC defending the inside line. And Indy Jesus trying to fight Godly Nub. Trying to go around the outside. Can he do it? No, he can't. Godly Nub takes it. ISO 09 dives down the inside, but the Ferrari comes back at him. And there is KSI, who's got a 3-second time penalty, trying to fight too. So I Nemo again on the back of a Louis lad then. Those two are going to have a good scrap for 4th place, sorry. Quite a lot of penalties. Let's talk about penalties. Knight's got another one to add to his name. The gap is increasing between Louis Ladd and Harvey Lees to now 1.8 seconds. Nathan back up there in 6th place after having full contact with his teammate. Both Mercedes are still in this race despite coming together. They're both roughly on the same ERS as Louis Ladd and Animo.
I can concentrate again.
Is everything alright?
Last 2 laps about 2 seconds lost, so he's gonna lose another good 12 seconds in his last 12 laps. It seems so.
Steiner's got a penalty too.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight.
Here comes Het Bompier on the AlphaTauri, goes side by side. And KSI and Bompier does a switch back on him. And he backs out of it, does KSI, as we head into turn 17. Louis Ladd gets a 3-second tyre penalty. That's 5 seconds basically, because 2.1 at 5, 3 is 5. And that's Harvey Lee's penalties. Godly nubs in the pits. No, he misses the pits.
Did he actually do that? No way.
I should be laughing, but yeah, that's unfortunate for him. He's yet to score his first points of the season, and now he's looking unlikely despite what's happened. He's got a Het Bompier behind him. Papine and Jerome Visser retired from the session. Stanley won't make a move on AJ. AJ surprisingly hasn't pitted yet. I wonder what he's doing because he's losing a lot of time. Here comes Inemo on Louis Ladd.
Did you? I know a fact that AJ is gonna pit lap 18.
He's got to, hasn't he? He's losing a lot of time.
No, but I want to bet. Oh, AJ is losing position. But I know for a fact he's gonna pit lap 18.
And Knight, Godinum, the VODC are fighting. Got a big DRS train in the second part of the field. Yeah, Brady thinks Ferg or Duwell will win now. It looks like Ferg's going to win because it looks like Duwell hasn't got the pace to try and overtake Ferg or get close to him. And Godin on pits, but this time he makes it. Oh, Harvey! That's an 8-second time penalty.
Another one. So maybe another podium for Inemo. You never know.
Louis Ladd still has DRS on the back of Inemo, but not close enough to make an overtake. Meanwhile, Het Bompier is really close to the real DC. DC's tyres are coming to an end. We've been on them for 9 laps and those will start to suffer anytime soon. But he's still in the DRS train of Knight ahead of him, so that's a protection from him. Can't make it pass on this occasion. Wonder what they would do in the next few corners because he's got the grip, much better grip. I remember the first race this season. I thought it was going to be Harvey Lees going for it. Now he goes off the track and that's going to allow the VODC to try and overtake him. as we come into turn 16, now to turn 17. Nice still defense from the VODC, but he's got a whole trail of cars behind him.
AJ pits.
And the VODC is now in the pits. iNemo is catching Harvey Lees. Het Bompier versus Knight. Let's see if we can try and overtake him then. Not much of a tire difference between those two, but a big ERS difference. You're going to overtake him into this one. There he is down the inside, locks up, and Knight is back through. I think Het Bompier should have been a bit more aggressive than that, but now he's got more trouble still ahead of him. Harvey Lees is in the pits now, and so is Nathan, but Harvey Lees will have to serve a 5-second tyre penalty, and that's going to drop him all the way back down. He's going to go on the soft compound tyres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he's got a lot of work to do now in this last 8 laps. And Louis Ladd still fighting with iNemo. Louis Ladd does more ERS compared to iNemo's. Looks like he's coming back at him. And there he is then. As we go down the inside. iNemo's still on the outside, but will he try and fight back on the inside? Yes, he will. But who has DRS? Is it iNemo? No, it isn't. It is Louis Ladd. The longer these two fight, the more Harvey Lees will get back on them. Who's on the soft compound side compared to these two. And Louis Ladd is back in front of iNemo. Good scrap going on for 3rd place here. And Ferg will head off into the pits then. What we'll do, stays out. I would have thought he would pit it. Louis Ladd surely comes to pits. Yep, iNemo do. They're covering the undercut from Harvey, but I doubt Harvey's getting that much in the past lap. Steiny will probably take 3rd place. I don't think he'll take 2nd. I think he's too far away from that. Yeah, he's too far away from 2nd place. So Steiny's on the podium then. Let's see what this Racing Point driver could do. And Ferg.
Penalties, and I think I'm gonna catch up too quickly, mate.
AJ says the fastest lap.
Oh, he's gonna have to go around here to the Faxland, AJ. Oh, he have to go after
iNemo gets ahead. Harvey Lees gets ahead of iNemo. He's gained so much. Harvey goes around the outside of Dane. That's a beautiful move from him. And Harvey looks like he gained a lot of time because he had that 5-second tyre penalty. Wasn't messing around on that outlap.
Oh, AJ. Oh, he's hitting Faxland. Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
There's a problem, but I have to... I have to go. Sorry.
It's okay. Have a good night, Yogurt. See you whenever.
So, yeah.
Anything to say for this last race? No?
I already...
Looks like Harvey Lees will overtake you with ease. And yes, he does. Harvey Lees is back up there into 5th place. He's got Indian Jesus and Steiny to try and fight. Can he gain so much time in those amount of laps left? Sorry for the stutter. So, Steiny on the podium. Where's Duel stays out? Oh, this could be very interesting. Will Duel go to the end? Is his tyre management that good enough to go to the end? That'll be very interesting. Because he would have pitted by now. You sure he would have pitted? There's no reason to stay out there. But there's one more reason left to go to the end on these tyres. Harvey Lee sets the fastest lap. Come on, Harvey Lees. ISO Knight gets a 3-second time penalty. Looks like Louis Ladd's not done with Harvey Lees yet because he's still there with him. And Louis Ladd's still got the DRS at the back of Harvey. They're both on the equal penalties, I believe. Are they? Except, no, Harvey Lees is not. How did Harvey Lees get so many time penalties? But anyways, Harvey Lees looks like he's not going to get a podium. That's spoiled by afternoon. Needs to pull out a 3-second gap over Louis Ladd. Come on, Harvey, man. So I believe that Duel will go to the end on these medium compound tyres. Is that possible, I wonder? If he wins this race... Yep, he's definitely stayed out to go to the end. Ferg... He's got this could be interesting. Ferg versus Duel. He's got to catch him in 5 laps. Or 6 laps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 or 6 laps. Can he reduce a 30-second gap in 5 or 6 laps? Could be so close towards the end. As he's on a charge, he sets the fastest lap of the race. Harvey Lees is definitely catching Indian Jesus on Steiny. I predict the last lap will be good. Will it be a Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton situation, I wonder, but in different circumstances because he didn't need to pit. If Duel wins this race, Ferg will be absolutely fuming. Ferg will... Here, I think Nathan's overtaken somebody, which he has. He's got past Dane. But as I was saying before, in fact, we're going on board with iNemo versus Louis Ladd. Too far back to make a move is iNemo, but Louis Ladd still on the back of Harvey Lees. Harvey Lees will love to get him out of the DRS soon enough. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Look at him. He's gained a lot, but there's 4 laps to go in this race. There is 4 laps to go. He needs no mistakes, not one penalty. He can't afford a penalty. I think he's just set the fastest lap of the race. Yes, he has. If he gets a penalty, he could be over. Add an extra 3 seconds onto his time, which he doesn't need. It's flat out towards the end of the race. Absolute maximum pace towards the end of the race. AJ is under massive pressure. Is he? I think he just got past him. Why is he? That's not what's going on here. He's going into the pits. He's got full wind damage. Jeroen, message me after the race, mate, on Discord. And AJ has retired from the session. Look at that. Harvey Lees has caught up to Indian Jesus. He's going to get past him. It's okay, Jeroen. And here comes Louis Ladd. He taps the back of Indian Jesus. Desperately wants to get past him. He needs to make sure Harvey does not get away. And the problem about it is Indian Jesus has DRS at the back of Louis Ladd. But Indian Jesus looks like he's going to fight back. Harvey needs to defend this because they can't allow him to fight. And that's bad news for Louis Ladd because he's got a car in between him and oh, never mind then. iNemo go down the inside. That's so tight, and he almost sends him to a spin. And Nemo's in trouble here. He's stuck behind Indian Jesus, which he doesn't need. And I don't think it's enough. Doable could possibly win this race. I don't think it's enough. I think Doable's tyre management has been amazing. There it is then. Here is Ferg on versus Duel. And Nemo on the back of India Jesus. What happened there? Harvey Lees made a mistake. Come on, Harvey. I don't think. Do you know what? If it comes to lap 27 and he's not in a position to fight him, should he help his teammate? As Harvey Lees gets back past Louis Lad. Indian Jesus versus Nemo. There they go down the inside. Oh, that's massive barge. Oh, come on, Indian. I wonder how his tyres are. What percentage are his tyres? Could I find out? Telemetry settings on. Yeah, Fur can still do this, but he's barely got any time to do it. The Indian should get a penalty for that. Of course you would say that because you're a fan of Nemo, but I think I agree with you. 2 seconds a lap. Oh dear, don't be calling people that in the stream, man. You gotta be careful with the language you use. Harvey Lee's run out of DRS and Louis Ladd turned off his DRS actually. What does BS mean, Anders? Nemo's got past India Jesus finally. I'll be glad to see that. I don't know, man. Don't know what's going on. I'm not the driver. I'm a commentator. BS means... Oh, yeah. Harvey Lee's in 1 second of Stein's lag, but Harvey Lee's got some weight on his shoulders. He's got a 3 second, extra 3 second penalty. And 2 laps to go then. Can Stein's lag gets his first podium? He's crashed! He has crashed and there's no chance of winning the race. There is no chance. Wow. Looked like the man was going to win this race in the first part of the beginning of the race, but now it's all turned around. Ferg's not going to get him unless he's got a puncher. Well, Ferg's definitely not going to get him. There's Stein's lag. He's under pressure. Could there be another racing point on the podium? Could it be Stein's first podium of the season? It's going to come. Look at Steiny defending so much. There are the penalties for you. Can Steiny get his first puncher? I mean first penalty, sorry. First podium. But guess what, they all begin with P. As Harvey Lee's. There he goes on Stein's lag. Don't fight too hard. No! Steiny's got a penalty. Come on, Steiny. You could have got a podium. Oh, you had to do that, Steiny, didn't you? You could have got a podium if you didn't fight back. Steiny, you could have got a podium. The only chance to get a podium if Louis Ladd has a mistake. And Nemo's too far behind. We're on to the last lap, and well, I shouldn't say it's a surprise, but Duval's leading the GP. If he gets a poacher, what a incredible turnaround to this race. Nathan's overtaken Indian Jesus. He's up into 6th place. Stanley trying to break the DRS as much as he can. Defending the inside as much as he can. Can Stanley go down the inside? Go back down the inside? No, oh, Steiny. Including the commentator, Jurun. Godly Num is in the points position. He's not scored a point yet, has Godly Num. He's about to score his first points. And Duval has won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Harvey Lees has got some penalties. But is it enough to finish in 2nd place? Harvey Lees comes across the line to finish in 2nd. Harvey Lees gets a penalty! A podium! Harvey Lees has got a podium, he's back on there. And Ian Nemo takes 4th place. Ahead of Steinslag. Indian Jesus takes 6th ahead of Nathan. Head Bompier will finish in 8th place, but Godly Nubs retired. What happened? What on earth did you do, Godly? Got a last lap battle and a last lap corner battle as well. And that's the end of the season, as we'll get the podium interviewers in here. Hopefully the drivers will join. I invited them. Louis lad, Louis. Oh, he's got 2 I's in his name, that's why. So, I've run you through it. Duo wins ahead of Louis Lad. Harvey Lee's on the podium for the last round. Ian Nemo in 4th place ahead of Steiny. Indian Jesus in 6th place. Nathan in 7th place. Hetz Bompier in 9th. DC 19th and 9th. Well done for him. Faxland in 10th place. Both Mercedes scored despite making contact with each other. Dane 11th. KSI 12th. Knight, Krishna, Gamma, Godley, Ferg, AJ, Jerome Vizza, and Pepine Stroud. There's Louis lad. Alright then, so we'll start from third upwards. Harvey Lees, didn't expect you to get a podium after your misfortune with a 5-second tyre penalty and another 3-second tyre penalty, so basically you had 11 penalties altogether, or 11-second tyre penalty, but welcome to the podium, mate. How do you feel?
Mate, I'm ecstatic. I had such when I crashed out of qualifying, I was like, I wasn't even that mad, but because I was actually on a really good lap, but last race I just sent it. I was less cautious, and I had really good pace at the start of the race, and got really unfortunate penalties that because I got pushed off track a bit. And if I do get them removed, I think I beat Nemo. If I do get it removed, I'll beat Nemo in the championship by 1 point. So that's pretty mad.
Wow, let's see how it pans out towards the end. But you had a bit of a journey in that race because you had to serve your 5-second tyre penalty in the pits. You're in lap, or is it out lap? Is it out lap? In lap? Is it out lap? Yeah, is it out lap when you come out of the pits? Your out lap was amazing because I remember Louis lad being like 2.2 seconds behind before your pit stops.
Yeah.
Then I thought he's going to come out ahead of you. He's going to come out ahead of you by a milestone. But when you came out of the pits, you were fighting with a few drivers as well. And you were so close behind him. It's like unbelievable how he managed to find that much pace. What was you thinking when you came out right behind him?
Yeah, so I thought I'd be behind. So I came out the pits. I knew I'd be racing them on exit, and I saw them. And I was like, no, this is mine. There's no way I'm coming out of the pits so close to you and not being behind you after everything before the race, like the unfortunate penalties, like the crashing Q3. Like I really wanted to. I know that I needed to get ahead of him to get decent points today and definitely a podium.
We'll move on to Louis lad. I'll come back to you, Harvey, because I'm trying to think what to say. Louis lad, congratulations for getting second place, mate. You were fighting with Nemo quite a lot in that race, but eventually you managed to get him at the end of the race. And what do you think about Indian Jesus as well? Because I know he gave you a rough time. Wow.
Is he here, Louis lad?
Yeah, he's definitely in the party.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, my mic was muted. Yeah, first of all, I think Indian Jesus held up Nemo by about 6 or 7 seconds at the end, so he did me a massive favour. Because I think me and Harvey we got past him quite quickly.
Yeah.
And then Nemo just got stuck behind him, so at the end of the day, did me a massive favour. But yeah, it was a good race. A lot of good battles in the end.
Was you thinking of getting a podium in this race?
No, this track is awful, but it's actually a really good race. There was a lot of battles, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm quite fortunate to get a podium, but obviously, Harvey said the penalty might get removed, so even P3 I'd be happy with anyway.
Overall, did you think you had a good season then?
For a first season, I thought it was pretty good. I just had a couple of unlucky races with. I think I span out at Spa, and then the last race was just awful. So I've had a few very poor races, but overall, I think it's been semi-consistent. So I'm pretty happy with my first season, to be fair.
I'm happy. So this is your first season. I thought you were in last season, but
No,
you expecting big things for next season?
we'll wait and see. Well, I've recently turned off traction control, so hopefully by then I should be totally used to it. We can just go from there.
Well, last race this season you got a podium, so something to be pleased about. I think you, Louis, you've got some decent pace on your judge. You proved it in qualifying, and in the race as well. You're a podium contender along with Nemo. So I think next season you'll be stronger, and hopefully you can score some wins as well, because it mostly belonged to Dewell and Ferg.
Yeah, I hope so. We can challenge him next season. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It was a good season.
And Louis, did you enjoy going out in the snow today?
I did actually. Yeah, we were out for about 3 hours. But
yeah, so was I. So was I. My hands were freezing.
Yeah.
Couldn't feel them.
No, it was. I was out for about 3 hours this afternoon, so yeah, all good fun.
Well, second placement of the race, and what is that your plan all along then, to do that turn one stop?
No, I just keep on the track, and well, Ferg asked me if I was going to do one stop, and then he gave me the idea, so I keep on. It's I'm gutted he spun behind me. I would like to see how he
He spun.
Yeah, he crashed out.
I think the exit of turn one, he got the curb, picked up too much throttle, and he just.
Exactly.
Were you a bit nervous with Ferg coming at you at the end of the race? Did you think you'll travel?
Not nervous, because he was slowing down a bit with his tire wear. I was losing 2 seconds per lap at the beginning, and then it was more than just 1 second. So I think I might get it, whatever happened, but it's a shame. We will never know.
Do you try saving the whole race? Not the whole race, but the second part of the race there, because you look like you were in no position to fight Ferg, but towards the end of the race you managed to hold that gap well.
I was almost on my own for the whole race. I noticed I was faster than Ferg on the latest part of stints. When the tire was a bit worn, I was catching him. So I think I got better tire wear than him. I guess I made a good race.
I'm happy you got a good race, because you've been dominant most of the season, haven't you?
I didn't dominate this season, I just didn't bottle it like once.
16th win of all 3 seasons for Will.
Yeah, 16 wins. And if I didn't get my internet issue on Belgium, I think it would have been a perfect season for me. I can't complain. This season I got not the best pace overall, but my consistency just gave me the championship like that.
I want to go back onto Harvey Lees, because Harvey, with that extra penalty you had carrying on you throughout the whole race, towards the last few laps, I bet you were pushing so hard because you knew you had to get that 3-second gap. Well, you had a 6-second penalty, but a 3-second gap because the others had a 3-second penalty. I bet you were pushing that hard. But did you think near the end of the race, I think, could I get a penalty? Can I get a podium or not?
Yeah, well, I was focusing on Nemo because I knew that he was one I had to beat. But Indian Jesus helped me out a bit because I think he hauled him up. Am I right? Were they fighting? I think he held him up quite a bit. Yeah, so I knew that I had to, keep my head down though. But I also knew that I could probably get this penalty removed. But I'm really happy that I actually provisionally got the podium, because it's nice to just do the post-race interviews, and it's just a nicer feeling. But I also want to say, Lou, the amount of times we overtook each other and re-overtook each other on that the second straight, it was insane.
I know. I always got a poor exit.
Yeah.
Off the second one, and I just let you go because I just thought whatever, because I wasn't going to back.
Just towing each other along, and then I got the massive bit of I put the throttle down too much on the towards the last lap, and then I thought I'd just let you go. I'd do the same thing again because I knew it would always happen.
We're just dragging each other along. That's what we had to do, though, to catch the 2 hard runners. I don't know who they were, but
I think it was Stein and Jesus. But yeah, good race, mate. You did well.
Yeah, good racing.
Good sportsmanship between the 2 drivers there, from Louis Ladd and Harvey Lees. Harvey, let's be brutally honest now. I want you to be honest with this question. Would you say this would be a disappointed season for you because what you could have done but you couldn't have done it because of problems and etc. Do you think it was a bit of a disappointment?
I wouldn't say a disappointing season because it's an improvement from the last one, but I would say it was if I can try and find the word, a lot of ups and downs, a bit of a roller coaster season because the first race I won, and it kind of
Overwhelmed you.
Put my hope. Yeah, well, it wasn't that I wasn't like not quick enough, but I think Britain was just one of my like strongest tracks, so yeah, it did sort of get my hopes up a little bit. But I made a few mistakes in some races, got some unfortunate races like Brazil. But still, if I do get this third in the championship, that means a lot. It's a good standard.
Next season, what are your expectations? Do you think you can go a bit quicker? Do you think you can try and fight Ferg and do well because they're the main competitors right now? Do you think you have any chance to try and fight them in the championship?
Yeah, of course. I've just got to keep practicing. I think my main thing is consistency and patience. I think some of the boys know I definitely suffer with a bit of anger issues, a bit impatient, especially when something goes wrong. But
including me.
Yeah, I need to. I think I've got good pace. But,
I think you do. You really do.
Yeah, just definitely consistency and less mistakes. But that all comes with time and experience. So hopefully that will come, and hopefully I can especially do well a little bit more because absolutely flew away the championship once again.
Louis and Harvey. Start with Louis first. What was you thinking when Ferg crashed?
I didn't know he crashed at first, and then I was like, and then I drove past him, and I was just like, oh shit. I felt awful for him because like he's done it like I don't know how many times, three times now he's spun out and crashed. I don't know. But yeah, I just couldn't believe it.
And Harvey, what about you? What do you think when Ferg crashed?
I was a bit the same. I was a bit in tunnel vision on the last laps, but then I went past him, and I thought, I felt bad for him because he was absolutely like everyone can admit he was miles away from everyone in terms of pace. Just unlucky with the strategy at the end, but I was just kind of happy, even though I felt bad. I was a bit happy because I knew that I was definitely going to get
more chance for a podium.
Yeah,
I tried to calculate in my head, would you get a podium or not? Your choices were to pull away from Louis Lad and Nemo at the same time, but with Indian Jesus in the way, it was unlikely for Nemo. But with Louis Lad, if Ferg didn't crash, I dare say Louis Lad would have got the podium.
Yeah, I think I just managed to. My overtakes were quite good. I didn't lose a lot of time. Like I never had wheel-to-wheel racing. It was kind of just getting the DRS and pull out last minute and then just hit the brakes. So I didn't lose a lot of time when I was overtaking Steinschlag and what's his name, Indian Jesus.
A question to all three of you. Start with Dual. It's going to be the most obvious answer, but Dual, have you enjoyed the season overall?
Yes.
And Louis Lad, have you enjoyed the season overall?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. To be fair, apart from a few DNFs, apart from that, all good.
And Harvey, you said up and downs, did you?
Yeah, but it's still been amazing.
Question to Louis Lad, where do you think you can improve for next season? What do you need to focus on next season?
Just try and play the game more, and mainly just be more consistent because there's some tracks which are just not mine, like they're just awful, and then other tracks where I'm actually pretty good at. So it's just getting consistent throughout and just hope for trying to at least challenge for P3 again, like I've done this season.
Is your teammate Godly None by any chance?
Yeah, he
ain't had a point all season.
Yeah, I was about to say that because are you a bit frustrated with him, or are you just?
No, it is what it is, isn't it? But
yeah,
we'll just see what happens next season. Who we end up with.
I think your teammate has got a good qualifying pace, but it seems in the race it just drops off.
Yeah, I think he has a few issues through the race, as seen in the chat currently.
Oh yeah, I've seen it too. We're not going to talk about that. But anyways, thank you for a good last race. It's nice to speak to all three of you. We'll see you whenever.
Really good job all season, mate, commentating.
Thank you, mate.
Well
when it comes to, I'll be honest, when it comes to podium interviews, my mind goes blank and I forget. I get nervous.
You've done excellent, mate. Don't worry about it.
Cheers.
Yeah,
I rewatch the race every time I speak. Alright, see you all whenever, yeah?
Alright, pal.
Take care of yourselves.
See you later, guys. Good race.